more years, you must be wrapped.
Yeah, pretty excited. Obviously, love the club, so it wasn't really a hard decision. And I'm 27 years old, so I feel like I've got a lot of good years ahead of me. And just excited to be at the footy club. I love this place, and I love all the boys. And as I said, it was a pretty easy decision.
Was it something you were keen to do, now, or was it the thought process gets behind the timing of it?
I don't know. It just sort of happened organically, really. And then, all of a sudden, it was just a couple of weeks, and then here I am standing here today with 4 more years. So, as I said, it was a pretty easy decision, and I'm just super happy to be here because obviously it's an exciting month ahead, but I feel like it's going to be an exciting few years, definitely.
What is it about the club that you love so much? Coming from a different club a few years ago, but what is it about the club that you love so much?
Yeah, I think just the relationships that I've built personally with, all the players, and I think that, we don't really have any cliques within the group. We've got a really united group, and it doesn't matter whether you walk in and you're 18 years old or some of our older players, we all get along really well, and just coming in every day to, achieve the same goal, and that's win a premiership. I think that's something that I walk in here every single day, and I can feel that all players feel the same way. So it's exciting to come to work every day, and that's the main reason why I signed.
How's the week off been? And obviously the excitement starts to build now, but how do you think the guys have handled that period from a training perspective to keep yourself fresh?
Yeah, really good. I think that our is a little bit different because we did play on the Sunday and then we're playing on the Thursday, so it's just a little bit longer than a week break. So we're excited. We've trained, we trained pretty hard on Thursday, and for us, we're just super excited to be able to get out there on Thursday night against the best team in the competition and show that hopefully that we're worthy to be there, and we're just super excited because it is going to be a big challenge against Collingwood. They have proven that they've been the best team all year, finishing first on the ladder. So we're super excited about that challenge, but we feel like we're pretty well prepared.
On Collingwood, the team that's going to roll out on Thursday night is probably a fair bit different, especially in the forward line compared to when you played them earlier in the year. I think guys like McStay and Kinnovan and even I think Tagoe you missed that week as well too. How's that preparation looks, given it's probably going to be a bit of a different forward mix that you'll be up against?
Yeah, to be honest, we haven't looked too far ahead. This is probably our main day, so we'll look at some vision later on this afternoon. But as you said, there's some pretty talented players coming into the mix. I don't even think Jamie Elliott played last time, so he's a pretty handy player. So we'll have our work cut out for us, but we expect that we love that sort of challenge as a backline group, as a group of 7. We really pride ourselves on that. In the big moments, in big games, that we hopefully can stand up, and we've proven a couple of times this year that we've been able to do that, but that doesn't mean that it's just going to get handed to us. So we're pretty excited by the challenge, as I think everyone in the footy club is.
Talking to Jeremy Howe over the weekend, they've used him as a little bit of a secret weapon moving him forward a little bit, and he sort of spoke openly about potentially trying to lock yourself and Stephen down if you guys are having a bit of an influence. I'm sure you're not used to that over the season and the career, but does that give a little bit away that something you can expect and start planning for from an individual point of view?
I think that most teams sort of have that player now. Obviously we've used Jake Melksham in the past as that player, but it's not something that we're going to be scared of, or understand that it happens most weeks, whether that's in the midfield or some of our high backs this year have played really good footy. Christian Salem, Trent Rivers, so they sometimes get some attention, and we've just got to work through it. I think that every team does have someone like that, but Jeremy Howe's a pretty handy player at both ends, so we're going to expect that wherever he lines up, he's going to play pretty well, and we'll just deal with it as it comes. But I think that we've dealt with it most of the time this year when it has come, so we won't expect anything different.
Just in terms of that mix down back, Stephen and yourself, do you prefer to have another big down there like a Tomlinson or someone like that? Do you know how it's best settled for your group?
Oh, look, I think it's been really week to week. Obviously, me and Steve love playing with each other, and the other backline players, whoever it is that comes in, whether it's Adam Tomlinson, Daniel Turner's a young kid that's got a big future ahead of him. He's an awesome player, and he's someone that I love playing with, and so is Adam. And if it's Michael Hibberd as well, we've got that flexibility to be able to do week to week. Obviously, selection this time of year is a little bit more heated because you want to go into the finals with a settled side. But whatever that mix is, I think me and Steve have been able to adapt. I think you hear some of the commentary when there is another tall that me and Steve play better. It might just be that week that we happen to, play a little bit better. So whatever that mix is, we're really, on board with that. And I think that, whoever comes in this week, whether it's Daniel keeps his spot or Adam or Michael, I think that, they'll be able to come in and play a really significant role.
As you know, Melbourne, you mentioned before, how is he feeling engaging?
Yeah, obviously, it's a tough situation. He's a close mate of mine, and to see him after the game, someone that's poured so much into his career and so much into, especially this season, he's finally got his opportunity after being in and out of the side the last couple of years, and he really cemented his spot. It was obviously shattering, but to his credit, he came to the VFL on Saturday, 6 days after hurting himself. He wants to be around the boys. He's having surgery later on this week, so we expect him to come back into the club and be an important part for us because, he's already moved on to, what's next for him, how can he get back, how can he make the club better, which is just an absolute testament to him and his character. And I think that the boys will get a massive lift when we see him back into the club because he's such an important part of our culture, and for what he's done this year, especially with the young forwards that we've got up there, it's been amazing. So I don't think that's going to change. And unfortunately, he's not going to be playing, but we're pretty excited to have him back in and around the club.
Do you expect that Michael Hibbert back in the mix? Is he the concussion when he was a couple of weeks ago? Does he?
Yeah, he's definitely back in the mix. He's done his 12-day protocol, so he'll be back in selection mix, and he's someone that's played in big finals before. So if that's the way they go, then I'm super excited to play with Hibbo because he is a tough competitor. But as I said, selection is tough this time of year. You want to make the right decisions, but it's also about building that cohesion within the team and making sure that we go in with the right mix.
Obviously, a big week for Bailey Fritsch as well too. How's the week off been for him? Has he been able to do much over the last couple of days of training wise?
Yeah, he trained yesterday. We just did a little bit of a craft session yesterday, and he was able to do that. So he's moving around pretty well, and I want him back because he did pretty well in his return game last week. So I think he'll be fine, but he'll just train later on today, and we'll see how we go with him.
Just back on Daniel Turney, you mentioned there. I mean, obviously coming in the last game of the season, do you think he can legitimately be ready for this first one?
Oh, absolutely. He's ready. He's a tough competitor. He just plays the right way. And as I said, I think he's 20 years old, and he's got a big future ahead of him. And if it doesn't go his way, I think that that's probably his outlook, that he knows that he's going to be part of the footy club in the long term. And we do see him as someone that can play regular AFL footy for us. So, but talking on this week, I think he is ready. But so are Adam and Michael. So it is a tough decision, but he's a heck of a player, Daniel, and I'm excited to be able to play with him in the next couple of years for sure. And if it's this week, how good for a 20-year-old to be playing in front of 95,000 fans.
And just back on yourself, 4 more years, obviously. Do you have leadership aspirations here at the footy club moving forward?
Oh, look, I think that any player that's 27 years old and has been around long enough thinks that they've got a little bit of leadership about them. And for me, I just want to be able to provide the best culture for our footy club. And if I can help steer that, absolutely. Got a pretty handy captain and vice captain right now in terms of Max and Jack. So whatever that looks like in the next couple of years, I'm willing to support whoever it is. But absolutely. We've got some pretty good leaders at our footy club right now, and in the future, whatever that holds, I'll just take it from there.
We heard Brodie Grundy met with Port Adelaide over the break. Does that sit comfortably with the playing group? Can you sympathise at all as someone who's been involved in a bit of a move yourself?
Oh, I think that in the end, it's a business world. We understand that, and obviously Brodie isn't in the side at the minute. But I think to Brodie's credit, I want to put it out there that he has been a Melbourne person through and through this time. Obviously the disappointment of getting dropped and then going back to play VFL, you can sit there and sympathise with him, but he hasn't sucked once. He comes to training, he wants to get better, he wants to get back in the side, and selection's up this week and there's nothing off the table. But to Brodie's credit, he comes in every day wanting to get better. He's still a Melbourne person right now, and I've just loved the way that he's been able to handle this in quite a bit of adversity, to come in and just really put his ego aside and want to help, Max especially, but anyone that's, he comes and trains and he tests Max out every week, and I think that's what, has helped Max in the last couple of weeks, someone that comes to training and does his best, and in the end, whatever happens at the end of the year happens, but right now I'm just proud of what Brodie's been able to do in the face of adversity.
Are you a Kiss fan? Grand Final Entertainment, or is that your music?
It's probably not my music taste. I would have liked some country music, maybe some Luke Combs, who was just here, so he didn't time it very well. But I'm sure that they'll do a great job. Hopefully I won't have to watch them because I'll be down in the change rooms at half time, hopefully. Yeah.